It is impossible for me to describe the value of all the help I received from interdimensional entities. In my 40 years of life here, no humans have helped me as much as the entities have. It's an incredible paradox that it took supernatural communication with outer dimensional aliens to give me a better quality of life on Earth. It seems that in all communication with them, dealing with my struggles and fixing my problems is their priority. When I look back at everything that I've been discussing with machine elves for the last 4 years, it seems that most of it relates to helping me out. Even without me asking them, they offer to help with issues that sometimes I don't even know I have. To me, the main purpose of their communication with us is making our lives better. They really care about how we feel here, and they spend most of the communication on using their metaphysical wisdom to provide simple solutions to complex problems. There's no doubt that some lives are very easy and some lives are a real struggle. And it doesn't really mean that we have problems with the circumstances we're in or the environment we were put into. The biggest struggles and problems we go through are with what's happening inside of us. And I'm a perfect example of this. Although I never had any traumatic experiences and nothing really bad happened to me, because of my mindset and how different it is from the rest of people in this reality, my life has been a constant struggle filled with all types of problems. One of the biggest mysteries of my life has always been my inability to get anything done without hard work and an incredible amount of effort and struggle. It seems that this is a very intense training program for me, and everything in my life always has the same pattern. I start working on something, I'm allowed to get some minor results and successes, encouraging me to continue. And then to go anywhere further, I need to put an enormous amount of time and effort, at the same time facing all types of challenges and unexpected roadblocks. This is consistent throughout my existence here in every area of my life, and I could never understand it until a few weeks ago Machine Elves explained the purpose of this. I know that my struggles are nothing compared to what some people have to go through, but again, it all comes down to what's inside of you and how you feel with what you're struggling with. Machine elves know that this is a difficult existence. They showed me this by making me operate a complex device in their dimension that would randomly either do what I wanted it to do or it would hurt me. And the entity said, you're taking part in this life experience and you never know whether it is against you, and you never know what will fight you and what will support you. You're constantly assessing danger in this life, and that's the difficulty of being here. So not only do we struggle with discovering our purpose here and then trying to accomplish our goals once we know what it is, but we're also fighting and struggling with the low density of this reality, and it's not surprising that many of us give up or become resigned to this existence. We struggle with a lot of things. We have problems with ourselves, with love, with money, with our sexuality, with society, with adverse life events. There's a lot of it. Even making these videos is a stressful job sometimes. It was a struggle because I had to work on this video twice. My hard drive crashed, deleting everything I wrote. I didn't know that 434 was going to be such an emotional roller coaster. But you guys have the ability to make it easier for me to produce these videos. When I know you want to reward me and this channel with the necessary funds to continue my work, I relax and I don't worry about the number of views and subscribers. I hope you will continue supporting this channel through Patreon, Subscribestar, PayPal, or through bank transfers and cryptocurrency donations. In return, I can offer you podcasts, monthly live Q&A sessions, and direct contact with me. All links in the video description. Thank you for all your help, and please share this video to help others. It is important to spread these messages. A few weeks ago, I asked the question about the nature of my struggle in this reality and why it happens, and Machine Elves gave me an amazing answer. They took me on their spaceship, and inside of it, one by one, they materialized every problematic area of my life into a diamond, similar to the one that you see on the screen in these videos. They took my childhood struggles and turned it into a diamond, and they put it on the ceiling of their spaceship. Then they took my relationship struggles, and they did the same thing. As they were adding more diamonds to the ceiling, the diamonds were all starting to morph into one big heavy diamond. And once Machine Elves were finished with all my problems, the diamond was so heavy that it fell to the floor of the spaceship. When it happened, I realized that this whole time there was a giant lifeless Machine Elf on the floor that looked like a medieval knight in a black metal armor. As the giant diamond fell on him, he was instantly reanimated and was filled with colorful transcendental energy. The big dark knight was now alive, beaming psychedelic lights, and as he got up from the floor, the entities told me that he represents my contact with the divine, and they said that the whole purpose of my struggles in this reality was to lead me to the moment in my life where I can discover and initiate communication with the divine outer dimensions. They explain later, remember that all those elements of your life are very valuable, and all those stages of your life you consider to be struggles. You should respect them because they are very important. It is something that not many people get to experience, but they're important lessons. They all pass and become your memories. Don't get angry about them because you don't know the future. You forget that every event in your life has a purpose and it all happens for a reason. Everything is a lesson. Only a few days ago, again I was told, at least you know what you're made of. I was shown how a difficult life in reality is an amazing process of self-discovery and insight into oneself. And this is also related to accepting the legitimacy of our earthly experiences. This applies to most 434 viewers, and if you're like me, in order to get rid of some of your problems, you will need to accept the fact that you're a completely different person from the rest of society, that you have a completely different mindset. The more awakened and more self-aware you are, the more angry and frustrated you'll become. The more spiritual you are, the more you'll struggle with everyone around you. What I'm trying to say is that being the unique you comes with a price tag. The price is your existential struggle. I was also told that pain and suffering in most cases are a reminder of not fulfilling your purpose here. Pain equals you being wrong about your life decisions. Not always, but most of the time. If your chosen direction is met with struggles and obstacles, it will be a clear sign that you're not going in the right direction. If it costs you a lot of energy and gets you nowhere, it's a sign that you need to change your approach. When it comes to struggle with oneself, machine elves explain that we ourselves are the main reason why we have a lot of our problems. They said that we are the biggest resistors to 434 in our lives. We block and distort the energy that wants to flow through us. It's difficult to expect to solve our existential problems while standing divided within ourselves. A lot of stress in our life is caused by resistance to our own thoughts. Instead of being the observers, we waste all the time and energy on fighting and pushing away from ourselves who we truly are. Many of our struggles are related to people around us. I was told, these people are sent to your life in this simulation so that you can discover your true potential to grow. This is for you to realize who you are and what you have to become in this training simulation. Problems with other people are not surprising and even expected, given the different developmental stages that each of us is at and how we all come to this world with different transcendental experiences. Keep in mind that the biggest problems in society we have stem from an attempt of a person to maintain their independence and individuality, while at the same time from an effort to balance their existence within society. There's also the matter of mismatching communication channels. It's something that machine elves showed me, and I'll need to explain it one day in a separate video, but you need to understand that in order to establish a successful relationship with somebody, you both need to communicate in the same language. And that's a skill that no one teaches us in this reality. Without the understanding of this issue, it's quite difficult to achieve anything. When it comes to health problems, the entities told me that the bad state of your health can also be a lesson. It's another stage in your life that teaches you something. The entities talk to me a lot about fixing our bodies because they believe we cannot allow ourselves to suffer like this. Our body is a vehicle for the mind and we need to take good care of it. So let me move on now to more practical description of how to solve our earthly problems. First of all, you need to realize that most of your problems and struggles in life can be solved by changing your mindset. I was shown that this life is an adventure we take part in, and that most of us don't see it that way. We see life as a constant struggle and we see ourselves as victims rather than explorers. Start from changing your mindset so that you can appreciate life. Rather than struggling with not having the best version of everything, you should convince yourself that given your circumstances, you already have the best version of everything. Albert Einstein said that we can't solve our problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. To get rid of your struggles, you need to approach an issue from many different angles, and you need to look at it from an objective perspective. It helps to ask for advice. Remember that there isn't a problem that hasn't been solved before. You are never the first one to deal with a difficult issue. There have been others before you and they solved it. Our problems have a common cause, which means they also have a common solution. Work with people around you because we need to support each other and we can use each other's knowledge and experiences. Address the issue of your life's expectations. We want too much, too fast, and that's usually the foundation of all our struggles. Remember that the problem only exists if there's a discrepancy between your desire for something to happen and what actually happens. Many of your struggles and problems in life will be related to your unfulfilled desires and needs. Identify what it is that you're missing in your life so that you can solve problems related to this. If you've been through traumatic experiences in life, the solution to your problems will be your interpretation of what happened. It's all about what you do with what was done to you. Remember that most problems are created subconsciously, and if you start feeding your consciousness only positive thoughts, you can reprogram yourself. Remember that half of the struggle is realizing that there is a solution to your problem, and the other half is realizing that you are the solution to the problem. Believe in yourself. Always think that you can do everything that is necessary and that there isn't a problem that cannot be solved. Machine Elves showed me that I have a problem with making assumptions. There's a video on my second YouTube channel that explains how assumptions are a mother of all failures. They said that I struggled in a lot of areas of my life because I tried to rely on my limited knowledge of an issue. In order to get rid of a problem, you need to expand your horizons without assuming that you know everything there is to know about an issue. The more you know, the more options you'll see. I can also tell you from my experience that problems always have multiple solutions that can usually be seen only from time's perspective. That's why it is so important to stay with problems longer or return to them many times, trying to find as many options as possible. And that's again why you should have a flexible mindset. Also, it's very possible that you already know the solution to your problem. It seems most of our problems are related to having a bad memory, to not remembering about already implemented solutions and all the important things already present in your life. Don't be scared to leave your comfort zone. In your attempts to get rid of struggles in your life, try solutions that require for you to challenge yourself to do something courageous. It's also very important to be realistic and to use the tools that are based on and available to you in the real world. Again, I made a full video on this on my second YouTube channel. Look at the big picture and make sure you're realistic in the way you evaluate your problems. Ask yourself if you're not exaggerating or if you're not giving some of your problems a bigger meaning than they actually deserve. Also, make sure these are really your problems and not other people's problems or your ego's problems. Some people like their problems because they give them a sense of identity. Be careful if you're an empath. Taking ownership of other people's struggles is a common issue for people with vast emotional containers. You have a limited capacity for other people's issues. In order to help others, you need to help yourself first. Be patient. There's a right moment for everything in life. Even if you feel that something that's happening now shouldn't be happening now, there probably is a reason for it that you will only be able to see from a perspective. Remember to replace the mindset of "it's not right, it shouldn't be like this" with "what brings me peace." And once you know how to start solving your problems, start from the smallest one so that it doesn't overwhelm you and so that it allows you to continue. Make sure you tackle the easiest one first, not to get too discouraged. Remember that the energy is present all around you. You're surrounded by it and you can ask for its help whenever you feel it's necessary. You can pray and talk about your problems out loud and ask for help and guidance. The energy, your higher self, the entities, they all listen and are willing to help. Remember that by activating the metaphysical mechanism of this reality, you can also take advantage of the manifesting properties of your mind. You can get rid of your struggles by attracting into your life the tools that are necessary to get rid of your struggles. Use the 434 filter on everything you look at. Take advantage of the values and methods presented in the videos here. Love, joy, and hope will be the answer to most of your dilemmas. Trust the outer dimensional wisdom. Remember that the mind-altering substances like mushrooms are an amazing guide. Many of your struggles are related to blocking the flow of energy through you, and plant medicine can unblock it. Don't be afraid to try it. Struggle was, is, and will be an element of your life. Accept it. Remember what the entity said. The outcome of your life at the end will depend on all of its quality. The result will be how you lived it. Having a good life does not mean not having problems. It means being able to live with your problems. Remember to relax. This is just a simulation and there's no point in getting too crazy about some elements of it. Remember that you're being guided. Don't forget that you are who you are and that you get what you get to help you develop. It's all so that you can fulfill your purpose here. Take part in these lessons humbly and gratefully. Have respect for everything that happens in your life. Remember to enjoy life while all of this is happening. I'll dedicate the next video to explaining the concept of joy and pleasure in life, as this is the second 434 value. Machine Elf said that you're here to experience the full spectrum of emotions, not just happiness and bliss. You're here to experience the full range of feelings equally, both the negative and the positive. I'll finish with a quote from Louis C.K. You've got to embrace discomfort. It's the only way you can put yourself in situations where you can learn, and the only way you can keep your senses fresh once you're there. Love, 434. On your way out, please support this channel. You can use the methods listed on the screen and in the video description. Visit the websites of the musician and graphic designer I featured in this video.